Yo, young kings, real talk. I'm about to expose something that's gonna make you uncomfortable at first, but I need you to stay with me because this could literally be the difference between you becoming a king or becoming a cautionary tale. You know how everyone's always talking about habits? Wake up early, work out, read books, hustle hard. All that's cool, but there's one habit that almost every teenage boy ignores, and it's the only habit that actually separates kings from peasants. And no, it's not what you think. It's not about grinding 24/7. It's not about cold showers or some extreme discipline challenge. The one habit teenage boys ignore that builds kings is this: learning to be alone with their thoughts. I know, that sounds boring as hell, right? You're probably thinking, bro, I can be alone. I'm alone all the time, scrolling TikTok, playing games, watching YouTube. Nah, young kings, that's not being alone, that's being distracted. There's a massive difference. Being truly alone with your thoughts, no phone, no music, no distractions, just you and your mind, that's the habit that builds self-awareness, and self-awareness is what builds kings. So if you're ready to understand why this one habit that everyone ignores could transform your entire life, hit that subscribe button right now and drop a comment saying, "I'm building self-awareness." Smash that like button because this message needs to reach every young king who's running from himself and doesn't even know it. Now, let me paint you a picture of what's really happening out here. Young kings, your generation is the most distracted generation in human history. And I'm not saying that to be a hater. I'm saying it because it's true and it's destroying you. The common habits teenage boys develop today? Scrolling for hours without even realizing it, gaming until 3 a.m. to escape reality, watching endless content to avoid boredom, always having earbuds in to avoid silence, never being present in the moment because you're always somewhere else digitally. And here's what nobody tells you. Every single one of these habits is training your brain to run from yourself. You're scared of silence. You're terrified of boredom. You can't sit for 5 minutes without reaching for your phone. Why? Because when it's quiet, you have to face your thoughts, your insecurities, your fears, your dreams that you're too scared to chase. So you distract, you numb, you avoid, and year after year, you become a stranger to yourself. You don't know who you are, what you really want, what you're capable of, because you've never spent time asking those questions in silence. The negative effects, mentally and psychologically: anxiety through the roof because your nervous system never rests, depression because you're living someone else's life online instead of building your own, no sense of identity because you never developed one, you just adopted whatever was trending, zero attention span, which means you can't focus on anything long enough to master it, and complete disconnection from your intuition, your gut, your inner voice. Meanwhile, the habit everyone ignores, spending time alone with your thoughts, is the only thing that builds self-awareness, clarity, understanding what you actually want, emotional intelligence, processing your feelings instead of suppressing them, mental strength, learning that silence and boredom won't kill you, and vision, dreaming about your future without distraction. Real quick, pause right now. When's the last time you sat in complete silence for even 10 minutes? No phone, no music, just you. If you can't remember, that's a problem. Comment below, "I need this habit," and share this video with someone else who's running from themselves and doesn't even know it.
Now let me tell you about a certain young man, Sean Harrison from Portland, Oregon. And Sean's story is going to hit different because it's probably happening to someone you know right now, maybe even you. Sean was 14 years old, bright kid, straight A's, loved science, always asking questions about how things worked. Teachers loved him, had a good family. Everything was pointing towards success. Then high school hit. Sean wanted to fit in, and the guys he started hanging with, they were into something that seemed harmless at first, smoking weed. Now, I'm not here to preach about weed, but here's what happened to Sean that nobody warned him about. At first, it was just weekends, social thing, no big deal. But here's the insidious part. Getting high became Sean's way of avoiding being alone with his thoughts. Whenever he felt anxious, smoke. Bored? Smoke. Stressed about school? Smoke. Didn't want to deal with his parents' divorce? Smoke. Weed wasn't the problem. The habit of running from discomfort was the problem, and weed was just the tool he used. Sean should have learned to sit with discomfort instead of numbing it, distanced himself from friends who encouraged escapism, developed healthy ways to process stress, journaling, talking, meditating, spent time alone figuring out who he was, not who his friends wanted him to be. But he didn't, and by 16, daily smoking wasn't a choice anymore. It was a need. By 25, he dropped out of college twice, couldn't hold a job, lived with his mom. Now Sean's 45, still smoking every day, works part-time at a gas station, brilliant mind completely wasted because he never learned to be alone with his thoughts. He always needed something to numb the noise in his head. That's what happens when you never develop the habit of self-reflection, young kings. You become a slave to whatever helps you avoid yourself. Truth is, if you don't learn this early, it will destroy you. And no, I'm not being dramatic. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, says, "Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Every time you reach for distraction, instead of sitting in silence, you're voting to remain unconscious, to remain a follower, to remain weak." In Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl talks about how the last of human freedoms is to choose one's attitude in any given circumstance. But you can't choose if you don't even know yourself, and you can't know yourself if you're always running. Society wants you distracted, young kings. A distracted man is easy to control, easy to sell to, easy to manipulate. Social media companies literally hire psychologists to make their apps as addictive as possible. Why? Because your attention is worth billions. They profit when you're scrolling. They profit when you can't sit still. They profit when you're anxious and numb and always needing the next hit of dopamine. But you profit when you're self-aware, when you know your strengths, your weaknesses, your purpose, when you can sit in silence and plan your future instead of just reacting to whatever life throws at you. So, how do you build the habit of being alone with your thoughts? Start small. 1. 5 minutes of silence daily. No phone, no music. Just sit. Let your thoughts come. Don't judge them. Just observe. 2. Journal. Write down what you're feeling, what you're afraid of, what you want. Getting it on paper makes it real. 3. Walk without headphones. Let your mind wander. This is where creativity and clarity happen. 4. Before bed, reflect. Who was I today? Who do I want to be tomorrow? 5. When you're uncomfortable, don't reach for distraction. Sit with it. Feel it. Ask yourself why. This is how you build self-awareness. This is how you discover who you actually are beneath all the noise. And when you know who you are, you become unstoppable. Because you're not living someone else's life. You're not chasing someone else's dreams. You're building your kingdom.
Think about that dude in your family or neighborhood. The one who had potential, smart guy, but he got hooked on something. Maybe drugs, maybe alcohol, maybe just endless gaming and porn. Now he's 30-something, going nowhere, depressed, stuck. You know what happened? He never learned to be alone with himself, so he filled the void with anything that would make him forget he was empty inside. Don't be that guy, young kings. This is your wake-up call. The habit of being alone with your thoughts, of developing self-awareness, is the foundation everything else is built on. You can't build confidence without self-awareness. You can't set real goals without self-awareness. You can't become a king without self-awareness. So, start today. 5 minutes, just you and silence. See what comes up, and do it again tomorrow and the day after. Stop running, young kings. Face yourself. Know yourself. Become yourself. If this spoke to your heart, don't forget to subscribe. We're building something real here, a space to keep your mind sharp and your soul grounded. Don't forget, your future self is watching. Make him proud. Let's keep having these conversations, and let's keep talking about us, too.